Kumasi wakes up early, cars move, markets open, life begins, but behind the noise is something more dangerous. Dirty air from vehicles releasing harmful fumes straight into the city. At Swami Magazine, Ghana's largest auto repair hub, the problem is known. Mark Opoku is an exhaust welder who has worked here for over 10 years. He says drivers regularly ask him to remove their catalytic converters.
We do not intentionally remove the converter. When it expires, it breaks down and chokes the engine. When this happens and you start the engine, water does not come out from the back, and when you are driving, the car does not move. That is why we remove it. When the converter has not expired, but the car consumes a lot of oil, the oil cannot pass through it. Instead, it remains inside because the holes it is supposed to pass through are very small. The converter is designed for only vapor and smoke to pass through it. Oil passes through the same road, it blocks the passage, causing the car not to pull. We are supposed to replace the converter after removing it, but because of the high cost, we often leave it out.
Mark says most vehicles that came with converters no longer have them.
Cars bear 100 diginal a converter a boom. I say bear 20.
If we pick 100 cars to check whether they have converters installed, we will find fewer than 20 cars with converters. Most cars in Kumasi do not have converters installed, especially taxis. If you check 100 taxis, you will find only about 5 that have converters. Even among those 5, they are usually newer models 2025. It is alleged that Nigerians buy converters, hence many drivers sell them even when they are not faulty.
A catalytic converter is a small device fixed to a vehicle's exhaust pipe. It cleans dangerous gases before they enter the air. Without it, toxic smoke goes directly into homes, markets, and schools. Experts say many drivers are misinformed. When old engines burn too much fuel, they block the converter. Instead of fixing the engine, some mechanics remove the converter completely. Some converters are removed not by choice but by theft. Dr. Godwin Kafwe Aito is a senior automobile engineering lecturer at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology in Kumasi.
The catalytic converter contains platinum, palladium, and rhodium. And platinum and palladium sometimes they are priced even higher than gold on the market. So they are for economic reasons. So if you have a catalytic converter, you sell it, you can make a lot of money in the scrap business. But I must say that this issue is not just about Ghana or Africa or developing countries. Every year, close to 3,000 catalytic converters are stolen in America alone. So it's not just about us. So it's a worldwide problem.
The United Nations report shows millions of used vehicles shipped to Africa arrive with missing or damaged converters.
I know is that there was a research done by UNEP where they checked the catalytic converters of vehicles coming into some African states, including Ghana, and they noticed about 40% of them were without catalytic converters, yes. So maybe that could be a number. But you know, in Ghana, most people, we don't do exhaust emission tests for roadworthy. Yeah, we don't do that. So if you don't have a catalytic converter, they don't really feel it's really needed, even though it can affect your fuel consumption.
Doctors say the missing converters are making people sick. The biggest cost is paid by ordinary people. According to the World Health Organization, air pollution is killing an estimated 32,000 Ghanaians every year. Transport pollution is the biggest source. Dr. Sandra Kwating Owusu is a pulmonologist at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology School of Medicine.
We are seeing more of a higher burden of generally more respiratory conditions, specifically asthma and chronic obstructive airway diseases worldwide, and most major cities in Africa are also very much affected, including our major cities in Ghana as well.
At the Kumasi Central Market, traders brief vehicle fumes from morning to night. Celinda Adai sells second-hand clothes at the market.
We have heard that cars emitting smoke from the exhaust are dangerous and can cause cancer. We cover our noses or move away from where we are selling when we see them approaching. When we move away, we lose our customers. We do not need such cars here, and we are appealing to the government for assistance.
Ophelia Sari is another trader.
I've heard and seen that smoke coming from cars can cause cancer. I've even witnessed someone develop cancer because of smoke emitted from a car. I recently went to the hospital for a medical checkup, and I was told that I am not sick. We don't have the money to rent a storeroom, so we'll continue selling here. While selling here, we inevitably inhale the smoke.
Children are also exposed. Dr. Edmond Yamba is a climate scientist at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
In our recent publication, we had local sensors that were deployed across about 14 schools across Kumasi, and then we were able to gather data all the way from 2022 all the way to 2024. What we realized is that most of these schools, the air quality in those areas were not good. In fact, they were all above the threshold that we need to have, and you could see that the situation was kind of like worse in areas where schools that were closer to city centers or centralized busy centers or across the roads.
Musa Abubakar is a resident in Kumasi.
A Perfender V6.
I bought a Pathfinder V6. I noticed a noise while using the car and also realized that it consumed a lot of fuel. When I checked, I found that the converter had been removed, which caused smoke to come out from behind and pollute the environment. I had spent all my money on fuel because I was constantly refilling the car. Later, I checked online and realized that I needed to replace the converter. When I bought and installed the converter, the noise and the smoke stopped. The fuel that previously only lasted from home to the office now lasts up to 2 days.
Ghana's Environmental Protection Authority says new laws require vehicles to pass emission tests. A missing engine part may look small, but it is poisoning Ghana's air, harming citizens' health and shortening lives. Experts say the solution is simple. Fix the engine, keep the converter, and protect the air citizens breathe. This story was a collaboration with New Narratives as part of the Clean Air Reporting Project. Funding was provided by the Clean Air Fund. The funder had no say in the story. A report by Mohamed Nuruddin.